Okay, welcome. Tonight's presentation slash workshop is about finding your purpose and making an impact. And this is a huge topic that so many of my clients will ask me about. And I also think it's important to talk about because I too struggled a lot with my purpose and felt like there was something more and I was missing something. And so I know that this workshop is something I would have loved years ago, and it's something that still resonates with me today. So I hope that this helps you. If you are just tuning in for the first time to one of my workshops, make sure you have a pen and paper handy because I'm going to ask you a lot of questions and give you some action steps throughout so that you can journal and continue to dive deeper into what we talk about this evening. If you have any questions, please reach out to me over email or Instagram. My Instagram is at @IamVanessaO. Feel free to send me a DM. Let me know you were watching this workshop and ask me whatever questions you have in order for you to find some clarity. So let's dive right in. So today we're going to talk about defining purpose. What is purpose? Because I think there are some different ideas of what purpose actually means. We're going to talk about 3 steps to connecting with your purpose that will bring you more clarity into what your purpose actually is. I'm going to give you some daily routines in order to make sure that you're strengthening your purpose. I'm also going to share with you how to share your purpose in a meaningful way in order to make an impact. And then I'm going to teach you the secret to making an impact and building a community from purpose. Okay? I think those are all the questions that all of you ladies had asked me before we even got started. So if you're new to me and the ladies community, my name is Vanessa Ortali. I am a life and business coach and speaker. I'm also the founder of the ladies community, and we do a ton of monthly workshops and seminars. We used to do them live, but with COVID, they're all virtual. So if you're part of our monthly membership, you'll see all of our recordings and workshops in there. If you're not, send me a DM and I can give you more information. But like I said, the reason I wanted to create this workshop this evening about purpose and impact is because I too had a ton of anxiety, overwhelm, and I'd wake up every morning thinking, what do I need to do today to be successful? And searching for purpose and searching for meaning and searching for more, that it was kind of exhausting. And so here's kind of what I found over the years, and I hope it will bring you clarity too. At the end of the day, if you're here searching for more, I want to acknowledge you for taking the time to connect with you, knowing there's something more, and realizing that this is part of your spiritual journey, your spiritual awakening, your self-development process, and you continuing to level up into your best self. So honor your journey, stop comparing it with other people, but I hope that our different journeys, I can teach you what I learned along the way in order to help you to make you come to your purpose faster and essentially inner peace and happiness and joy faster. So one thing I want to ask you, and if you saw my Instagram post today, part of purpose, I want you to start thinking, okay, if I was an employee of the universe, what was I sent here on the universe for? What is my role here? And that's your first question this evening. So write it down, grab a pen and paper, write this question down. As an employee of the universe, what was I sent here to do? And maybe you can pop it in the Q&A as well. And let me know, what do you feel like you were brought on this universe for and to do? Let me know. Pop it in the Q&A and I'll get back to that. So I want to answer what purpose is, because I definitely think there's some contradicting information about purpose. I think often people will confuse purpose with career. We think purpose has something to do with success, has something to do with what we need to do and how we need to show up. So from the dictionary, purpose is the reason something exists. So the reason you exist. An intended end, aim, or goal? What is your goal? What is your purpose here on earth? What is your mission here on earth? Purpose creates meaning. So we often seek purpose to bring more meaning into our lives. It offers a sense of direction. Where are we going? What are we doing? And it helps us to guide our path and behaviors and our goals as we continue to live our lives. Make sense? So I think this definition really resonated with me and is going to frame the context of what we're going to talk about this evening. Now, because it says it's the reason we exist, it creates meaning and a sense of direction. We often merge purpose and career as one, but I really want you to acknowledge right now, what does purpose mean to you? And are you merging purpose and career? Because what I want to do in this slide and in this discussion right now is separate them. I want to bring an awareness that purpose is separate from your career and how you make money. They're not the same. And when we make them the same, that leads to a lot of emptiness and seeking and sadness, to be honest. So let's remember to separate purpose and career, and we're going to talk about them as two separate entities. Can anyone relate to that? Is anyone having an aha moment? Oh shit, I think about my purpose and career as one thing, because that's what will bring a lot of anxiety. So if you are here and you're thinking, well, that's great that purpose and career are separate entities. I was kind of here to get some career tips on what I should do. This slide is for you, but the rest is going to be applicable also. If you are seeking career tips of like, where do I go and what do I do with my career? I want you to really reflect and think about, what did you do as a child? What do you do naturally? What do people come to you for? I was always the person that ran the events, that people asked where to go, that organized things for my friends, that loved public speaking. So think about things you really enjoyed as a kid, what people come to you for, and what you enjoy, right? So write those things out, create 3 lists. What do you enjoy? What do people come to you for? And what do you do naturally? What did you do naturally growing up? That's the first part of your career brainstorm. The second part is to survey. Ask people, what are your blind spots? What is my superpower? What do you think my brand is or my business is if you're an entrepreneur? What do people not know about me? Ask people these 3 questions and see what people tell you. When is the last time, that you actually surveyed people and asked people around you? Get a group of like 5 or 10 responses from a variety of different people that know you professionally, friendly, and your family, and see what they come forward with. This will give you some guiding light towards your profession and career and will help that evolve. But now that we've talked about career, let's hop right back into purpose. Now that we've identified them technically as 2 entities, but what we talk about purpose will definitely still apply to your career. All right. I want you to really journal and ask yourself this question. Why are you here tonight? Why are you seeking purpose? Are you feeling anxious, overwhelmed, like you're missing something, like you're sad, depressed, that you just aren't enjoying your job or your vocation? So why are you seeking purpose? I want you to set context so that you know the steps to take in order to solve this. If you don't know why you're here, it's going to be really hard to fill in and piece the puzzle pieces together. And you can type it in the chat box right now too, why you are seeking purpose. Why are you here? Then I want you to ask yourself, what are you actually looking for? Are you looking for connection? Are you looking to feel fulfilled? Are you looking for money? Are you looking for peace, joy, happiness, financial or career success? What do you think finding your purpose will bring you? What are you looking for that you think finding your purpose will give you? Oftentimes we seek things because we feel that in the having of it, it will make us feel better. I'm going to repeat that. Write this down. This is super important. We seek things because we believe that in the having of it, it will make us feel better. Why are you seeking purpose? And this connects to this last question. What do you feel you're missing that you think purpose will give you? You missing love? Lack. What are you lacking? What is not present in your life right now? Okay, so write these 3 questions down. You can take a picture of the slide if you want, and I want you to dive deeper into that in your journal prompts tonight. Action step. Okay, the next step I want you to do, in order for you to create a pathway of your purpose and this guiding light, we need to be very clear on what you want to create. So I want you to create a vision. What do you want your life to look like? If you had already found your purpose, what would your life look like and feel like? We have to start getting really clear, because confusion comes when we sit in the lack, when we sit in not having. So we got to get really clear on what it would look like to have purpose, to have that clarity, to make an impact. Okay, what does that look like if we were already doing that? That's your vision part. Then I want you to take it one step deeper, and I want you to ask yourself, what would it feel like to be making that impact, to have purpose? What would it feel like? So I want you to get really specific here. If you want to be making an impact or finding your purpose, I'll make an example with impact. If you want to be making an impact and you want to build a community of thousands of people or 1 million people, you want to have a following on Instagram or TikTok of 1 million people, what would it feel like to already have that community, that impact, that purpose? Okay. I want you to act from there. Is there a gap between who you are right now and who you need to be if you already had everything you could ever imagine? So if you had the 200, 1 million followers and were making an impact, is that a different version of you than that showing up right now? Because we need to close that gap. We need to get you showing up as her, the person that already has purpose and impact today. We need to show up as her today and close that gap, because right now the discomfort comes when you feel the gap between where you are right now and where you want to go. Is this making sense? Does this resonate with you? Pop it in the chat box if this resonates with you. And really sitting with, how does this feel? Okay. Okay, great. So I see some questions coming in. I'm going to get to those when we are in our Q&A. Okay, so keep them coming so that I can get back into the questions when we get to Q&A. Now, I want to highlight this illusion of purpose when it's attached to your career. And this is going to start to give you a lot of clarity on what your purpose is. So there's this illusion that in order to follow your purpose, we need to be in constant action, that hustle, that grind. We need to go, go, go. We need to force it. We need to plan it. And then we need to execute it perfectly. And then we need to stay committed and disciplined so that we can get it and hit it every day. The opposite is the question of, how do we actually get to purpose? You're going to get to your purpose. You are going to get to clarity. You are going to get to impact through your alignment, through your joy, through your love, through your surrender. So I need you to ask yourself on a daily basis, are you in alignment? Are you living in joy? Are you living in love? Are you living in surrender? And this is tough. I'm not going to lie, we want purpose, but in order to get to purpose, we need to go through joy, through love, through surrender. We need to find those elements first before purpose will be able to be connected to and unlocked. Does this make sense? Okay, I'm going to give you 3 questions now to ask yourself to connect to purpose. Your 3 steps to connect to purpose. The first is impact. I need you to answer this question. How do you want to make other people feel? And you can type it in the chat box right now. Do you want to make other people feel happy, joyful, empowered, at peace, connected? How do you want others to feel, either through your business or through just you interacting with others? What are some of your answers? I'm going to pop in the chat box and see here. How do you want other people to feel? Let's see here. Inspired, heard, loved, joy, confident, empowered. Yes, 100%. Happiness. This is awesome. I'm loving these words. Safe, trusted, seen, motivated. These are so beautiful. Awesome. Okay. So now your job, I want you to ask yourself, are you being these words every day? Because if you want other people to feel love, empowered, inspired, heard, seen, are you seeing yourself? Are you making yourself feel loved? Are you living love? Are you embodying love? Are you embodying light and inspiration every day? Because how you're going to get to your purpose and how you're going to make an impact is when you start living as the person you want others to be. If you're trying to inspire people and trying to get people to lose weight, to launch their business, and you are not living those core principles, you're not going to inspire and make an impact on anyone. Living your purpose is through embodying who you are and who you want others to be. I hope this statement, if you take nothing else from this workshop, it's this tonight. I hope this is a light bulb aha moment for you. Because if you want to be living your purpose, I need you to start taking ownership of who you are showing up as every single day. Because if there's a misalignment between you want other people to feel joy and you barely feel joy, it's not going to connect. Do you see this? Okay. I hope this is like aha moments for you. I need to pause right now because I want you to really think about, how do you want others to feel, and are you being that every day? This is your job, to be it, to embody it. And now the third question is how you start to bring it to fruition and help others to feel it. So the third step is, how do you creatively help other people to feel those emotions, right? But notice, we went from acknowledging how you want others to feel to focusing on you, coming back to you and how you show up every day, to now thinking, okay, great. How do we help others to experience these emotions? And the reason this, to me, is the purpose of business and is rooted in business and career is because it allows you the flexibility to evolve and to pivot and to provide from your heart. Because if you want other people to feel inspired or empowered or confident, you can do that through courses, fashion, events, whatever you want, because your purpose is still staying the same. Does that make sense? And I hope being a little bit general about it gives you that fun and creativity and a little bit more flexibility to really show up and be creative in how you help other people to get to that end goal. Is this helpful? Is this ringing some bells for people? Okay, so tips now to find your purpose and to embody your purpose every day. Every day, I need you to find your alignment. Because let me tell you, your purpose and your inspired action and your little nudges that is going to get you closer and closer to your goals, to your desires. It's going to come from feeling good in every single day. So if you're on this workshop tonight and you are seeking clarity, ask yourself, how often am I feeling joy, love, peace every single day? How often are you feeling that? It starts with your alignment. Once you're in alignment, you'll get little nudges, and I call that inspired action to move you closer to your goals. And once you start planting the seeds to get you closer to your goals, the third part is to just surrender. Purpose is something that you don't need to force. It's something that you need to be. Let me say that again. Purpose is not something you need to force or create. It is something you need to be every single day. So here are some routines that are going to help you to connect to your purpose every day. And it's going to seem simple, but it's not, because you need to be super consistent. Number one, every day you need to find your alignment, find your joy. Go back to those words that you want other people to feel and ask yourself, how am I going to be that every day? So one of your action steps from this workshop, go back to those words and then set up some custom routines for yourself so that you can seek that. And if you're sitting there watching this workshop thinking, I have no idea how I'm going to find joy or inspiration or love or confidence, send me a DM and we can put that together for you. Please reach out and I can help you create those custom routines, because it's so important for me to help you to find those routines, to find that clarity so you can help others. Because when you're living in your purpose, you are the guiding light. You are the shining light, inspiring others and allowing other people to shine. Purpose is like lighting the light within you so that your light within you can ignite the light in others, right? It's that flame. So it's lighting that flame within you to give other people permission to do the same, but it starts within you. Then it's really important to continue to release old patterns, to release old stories, so that you can continue to show up as your best, highest self. And if you're not sure how to release the stories and release the patterns, let me know. I did a workshop on releasing your emotions and changing and shifting your patterns, and I'm happy to send that to you. If you are in our membership, you can go check in the library portal. It's in there also. And this third part, to create routines so that you can start living your purpose, is embodiment. How do you start moving from your head of what you should be doing and what you want to be doing and why you want to be doing it, to who you are showing up as every day? Is this getting really clear? Because I'm really trying to hit this part home. Okay. So now, making an impact. What we should be happening, to recap. So we talked about what purpose is. So I wanted to frame, what is purpose? Why are you seeking it? And what are you actually looking for? Then we went into creating your purpose by asking yourself how you want others to feel, and really looking at who you are and who you need to embody every day to make that happen. And then we looked at, okay, well, what are some creative ways that you can help others and yourself to experience that? And the kicker is, once you start to explore how to allow yourself to feel those emotions, you just teach that to other people. And that oftentimes becomes your purpose. But to take that one step further, now to make an impact, it starts with you. If you come on my workshops, I hope this is a broken record to you, because it's not about what you say. It's who you are when you say it. It's living authentically. It's being you. It's really shining bright, and no more playing small. I am so done with you playing small. It is time for you to step out and step up and start being authentically you, so that everybody can see it, so you can inspire others. If you want other people to feel inspired, start showing up and inspiring others. It's also really important to make an impact. You're going to start needing to understand, who are you talking to and what are they currently going through? Get in their shoes. Start asking yourself, who am I talking to? Know your target demographic and know what are their current challenges? What are their desires? What do they want their lives to look like? What do they want? Why haven't they gotten there yet? Really get in their shoes. And depending on your industry, sometimes this is easier than others, because, I was working with a client the other day who's in health and wellness and who works with athletes. And there's a disconnect between the language that people use in the health and wellness space and that athletes use. So how do you be that bridge? In order for you to make an impact, it's understanding who you're talking to, where are they now, where do they want to go, and what are tips that you can get them and give them that act as a bridge to get them to their end goal. Making sure that you understand how they speak and what will resonate with them. This is also very important for social media in order to make an impact. And I'm going to give you a breakdown on the next slide of steps to actually make an impact. It's also really important for you to know your story. What is your story? How did you get here? What are some troubles and challenges that you faced, and how did you get through those? Share that story with others so that they can relate to you, they can trust you, and speak to them as if they are your best friend, because everyone wants to feel seen. Everyone wants to feel heard. Now, by sharing your story and telling them how you got through your story, by understanding their challenges and desires and helping them get to their end goal, you're going to be providing them tips and value to get there. By providing value and tips, this is how you make an impact. This is how you change other people's lives. But you need to practice what you preach in order to really make that impact. When there's this disconnect between who you are and what you're trying to do or help other people to experience, people can feel the disconnect. And the more you continue to show up as your highest self, release your fear, release your insecurities, the more impact you're going to be able to make. So that's why I say here, leave the lack, leave the fear, leave the insecurities, and continue to show up as your best self. The more time you spend on connecting to you, the more impact you're going to make. I promise you. I also want you to forget about the numbers when you're making an impact. Forget about the reality. If you have 30 people on your Instagram or watching your stories or on your email list, treat every single person as a soul, as a human, as someone that you can make an impact on. Speak to that one person. If you make an impact on one person, that's great. Show up as you would for 1 million to that one person, and you will continue to make a greater and greater impact. If you only have 30 people following you on Instagram or watching your stories, imagine 30 people showed up at your home right now asking you, hey, Veronica, how did you do what you did? Can you share with me? Can you tell me? You would be thrilled. 30 people showing up at your door. But somehow when we have 30 people liking our stories or on social and these metrics that we set for ourselves, it's not enough. And then we don't show up. Show up. 100 people is an entire movie theater. an entire movie theater that you could be speaking to every day. So show up to that one person. Now, here is your impact formula in order to make an impact when you're talking to others. This can be used in emails, social media, any sort of copy, and same with speaking. So you're going to tell them what you're going to tell them, kind of like an agenda, like I did today. This is what I'm going to tell you. You're going to tell them who this tip or who this information is for and why it's important. I'll give you an example of what this might sound like. Then you're going to provide them with a tip and provide them with value. You can give a testimonial or a story so that they can feel relatable and they can see how it might be applied into their life. Then you're going to give them a call to action of something to do with that information. And here's a tip, which I've already said, is talk as if you're talking to your best friend. So what this impact formula might sound like in social media or emails or your website, tell them what you're going to tell them. So you're going to say, hey, or whatever, 5 tips to release anxiety. That's what you're going to tell them. Who is it for and why is it important? I know you are sitting at home debilitated by how you feel. I want you to feel empowered and alive every day, and I know these 5 tips will help you. These are the 5 tips that help me get through my worst anxiety. Boom, 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 boom. And then if you have time, or you can give a testimonial, this worked for my clients, or these tips help me to go from, super. It's just so funny when I just try to come up with these from the top of my head. But these 5 tips help me to go from debilitating anxiety to thriving and growing a multi-6-figure coaching business. And then your call to action can be to contact you or to do something in their life to make that tip valuable. Does that make sense? So a call to action might be to DM you to register for a workshop or webinar, or ask themselves 3 journal prompt questions. This is how you make the greatest impact in this impact formula when you're trying to provide content, provide tips, and help change other people's lives. Does this make sense? Okay, we are really flying through this content today, which is great because I want it to be really concise. So the secret to finding your purpose, creating a thriving business around your purpose, and making an impact, number 1, finding yourself. Embodying everything that you want others to feel. Be an example. Be the real deal. Number 3, we're back up to the top right corner. Experience joy. Experience love. Your purpose is found through love, joy, peace. Remember, coming back to, if you were an employee of the universe, what were you sent here for? To experience the world, not take life so seriously, to have fun, to meet people, to connect with yourself and others, to enjoy nature, to show people how to thrive, to show people what's possible when you live in your light, to create love, to show love, to be unconditional with your love, to be a shining light. So come back to this question. As an employee of the universe, what were you sent here to do? And this 4th secret is always remember, when living your purpose and making an impact on others, it's always human to human. So I'm going to say 3 statements, and this becomes so true when living your purpose and connecting with others and making an impact. Everyone wants to feel seen and heard. They want to know they matter, and they want to know they are loved and safe. And so many of you use those words when you were talking about how you want others to feel. So it's so important to ask yourself, do you feel those things? And are you helping other people to feel those things on a daily basis? Because if you're constantly living in judgment of others and yourself, you are not living your purpose. So how much of your day are you spending in judgment versus love and joy and peace and acceptance and allowing, right? This is where you need to find your alignment. Your purpose is coming through alignment. I promise you. Find your alignment and everything will fall into place. So I want you right now to ask yourself, what is your biggest takeaway from this workshop so far? And you can type it in the chat box because this helps me too. What is your biggest takeaway from this workshop? Okay, type it in. What is your biggest takeaway from this workshop right now? I want you to write down that takeaway. Oh, so beautiful. What do you love? Be in order to inspire. Yes. Yes. Oh, this is resonating with me so much. I'm so happy every single one of you are here with me tonight. So I want you to write this down, and from your biggest takeaway, I don't care if you have one takeaway, create an action plan. What are you going to do about it? How are you going to be that? How are you going to do that? And then number 2, how are you going to keep yourself accountable? Are you going to find yourself an accountability partner? Are you going to find a coach? Are you going to find a mentor? Are you going to reach out to a friend or talk to your partner? If you need support and you need me in your corner, DM me. I'm happy to keep you accountable. And I've been in contact with lots of you. I know a bunch of you that are in this right now. But how are you going to keep yourself accountable to make sure, if this is really important to you, you just spent the last hour of your time on this workshop. This is important to you. There's not enough time in a day to waste time on a workshop. So make sure you use this takeaway and make it happen. And this kind of goes into support. What support do you need to make sure that you take this action step? What are you going to need? Are you going to need to read a book, to join another webinar, to join the membership, to hire me as a one-on-one coach, to find another coach, to join a mastermind, to join a Facebook group or an Instagram account? I need you to make sure you are surrounding yourself with things that strengthen your goals, strengthen who you want to be in this world. I know it can be tough, because I know sometimes we lose friends and family in this spiritual awakening and self-development journey and this journey called life. But it's so important that you have the support you need to reinforce the things that you want in your life. Podcasts, books, make sure you're funneling all that information into your life so you stay consistent and you stay accountable to yourself and your own goals. So make sure I'm constantly posting inspirational mindset and business tips on my Instagram. Go follow me on Instagram. I am Vanessa O. You can also email me. I am vanessao@gmail.com. Ask me any questions. And for being on this workshop tonight, I always offer you a free coaching call to help you to actually execute and take all of this information and make it reality. I truly, truly want you to have so much success and so much happiness and create the life of your dreams. So DM me either through email or Instagram, purpose, just the word purpose, and I'll know you are on this workshop, and then we can schedule our free one-on-one call. And then please let me know if you need any additional support. So thank you for being here on this workshop. If you're listening to this live, I am going to open it up for 10 to 15 minutes of Q&A if you guys have questions. If not, I am going to finish recording this workshop, but make sure if you want to watch the replay, I'm going to send it out tomorrow. You can also check out all of the replays on our membership platform. We have 100+ videos and workshops and meditations all about business and mindset and life. So go check those out and or send me a message if you have any questions. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you, and I love your desire to continue to grow and be your best self. So I hope that this information helps you. And I'm going to turn off the recording now, but I'm going to head into the chat box for your questions.